So today we're going to plant some hot peppers. We're looking at putting in the Carolina Reaper and the red Peter pepper. These guys couldn't be more different, but they're both eye-catching, they're conversation starters, and they're an easy to grow pepper that you can put into your garden depending on the taste, heat level that you're looking for this season. The red Peter pepper, this guy's going to be more like the heat of a cayenne. It's going to be 10 to 30,000 Scoville units, so definitely hotter than a jalapeno, but nothing compared to the 1.5 to 2 million Scoville units of this Carolina Reaper. Carolina Reaper at one point was the hottest pepper for many years running. Now there's so many different crossbred cultivars and hybrids out there. Who knows what the hottest is? But we're gonna get this guy in the garden this year and see what we can produce with it, what we can make with it later on. So let's get started. So all one's milder than the other, obviously. They both have some great uses. They can be used for pickling, for making powders, sauces. They can be fermented. So there's a lot of things that can be done with them, making them very versatile from a culinary perspective or an actual production perspective. But on the negative side, they're hot. This isn't just casual heat. It's incredibly hot. Even to the point where when we're harvesting, we need to make sure that we're wearing gloves, protecting ourselves, because you accidentally touch that, put it in your eye. It's not a mistake that you want to make. So you do have to be a little bit more careful when you're dealing with something hot like a Carolina Reaper. The red Peter pepper, on the other hand, a little more forgiving, but still want to be precautionary. So planting these is just like most any other pepper. We're going to get these in this bed while we finish up our cabbage. We'll harvest and remove those for later on. So best practices for planting these, like any other pepper, you're really going to want the temperatures to be around 65 to 70 degrees consistently. If you plant your peppers, especially hot ones, in cool soil temps, they're just going to kind of sit there and they're going to act like nothing's happening. And they're going to wait for warmer temperatures and they'll begin to grow at that point. I'm actually going to put this over here. These guys are going to need 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight, so I want to make sure that they have plenty of sun. We want to feed them a slow release organic fertilizer. We don't want to supply too much nitrogen, because if we supply a lot of excess nitrogen to a pepper plant, you're going to get a lot of very large foliage and less actual pepper production. So it's important to feed with a slow release and don't overdo it on the nitrogen. We definitely want to mulch. We got our pine straw in here from last season, still very viable. We're going to put this around the base of these plants. It's going to help protect moisture, and that's really important. We want to protect those roots from the hot summer sun. We're typically going to see in maybe late July, August here in Southeast Texas that production is going to drop. It may even fall off completely, but in fall, as the temperatures begin to cool back down again, they will start producing again. And ideally, if we don't get a hard frost or freeze, we'll see these plants overwinter and produce again next spring, and maybe for many seasons, depending on what the weather does. So if you're looking this season to spice up the garden just a little bit, but you don't want it to be too spicy, try the red Peter pepper. Definitely got more heat than the traditional jalapeno, but if you really want to pack a punch, plant those Carolina Reapers, make some sauces, fermented hot sauce. Who knows what you could do with it? We're going to find out though. So keep watching. We'll see how these do in our garden here, and we'll see you next time.